Welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. Today, we are going to be playing a game called Millennial Hiring Managers by me, Nick Bowen. Joining me today are, well, now three. There's our fourth. Joining me today are Andy.
Right.
Where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
You can find my art on Instagram at Andaruga Hutzimer, and I won't spell it for you. I gatekeep that way, so you can figure it out or not. Bye.
Survival of the
Nice.
fittest. Also joining me today is CoffeeTraveler.
Hello, I'm Eric, CoffeeTraveler. You can find me on twitch.tv/CoffeeTraveler. We play games and have a good time. We make art. We even sing songs occasionally from time to time.
It's true.
Thank you for having me on the show. I had a great time the last time, 2 times. Yeah, every
Yeah.
single time. Thank you very much.
Yes, the one shot that lasted 10 episodes.
The 12 one shot and then the other final where we had like 35 people at the table.
That's
awesome.
That was fun.
Oh boy. If you're watching on YouTube, check out the other content. It's great. Also joining is ScarletShadoww or Brian.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brian. ScarletShadoww on Twitch. 2 W's. You can find me there. I race Dragon Warrior Randomizer and speedrun Dragon Warrior games and play tabletop games with Nick and Greg and lots of other friends.
And last but not least, the lovely Shannon or Pygmillion's Burrito. Where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
Nowhere. I do not want to be found, but I will gladly tell you about what romance novel I'm reading today. So
Fantastic. You can check out the show on YouTube or my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Apollo_Nick, spelled N-I-K. Or you can find this game on itch.io as of about 15 minutes ago. Where the game you can buy for free to check it out, and then if you want to support it, you can go back and pay for it any amount you want. This is it's a beautiful new thing I'm doing, publishing a game and playing it with my friends. So thank you for joining me. We're going to dive right in. We'll be playing, as I mentioned, Millennial Hiring Managers, and here is that beautiful cover art for this game. So yeah, it is a descriptive satirical horror game about the disheartening process that young managers, hiring managers, and other millennials who work for corporations and businesses experience as they recruit and hire people in a competitive capitalist hellscape. I myself am someone who has conducted a lot of hiring of student employees since I work in colleges and universities, and I've been on many a hiring committee for staff and faculty. Boy, has it been an interesting career. Let's go around. I want just maybe a brief description of everyone else's experience with hiring and hiring committees. Let's start with Andy.
Hi, everyone. I have never hired anyone, but I used to be a classroom teacher and have definitely vetted students for committees and things. So that's all I've got for you.
Okay, so you've been on the reference side of things.
And I'm related by marriage to one of Nick's previous bosses. So
this is true. This is true. Actually, it was a brief time, but it was very great.
So any caricatures that Nick illustrates of bosses will be filtered through a lens of judgments against my wife.
I wasn't ready for this. Maybe a bit of a different level of experience. Eric, what's your experience as a hiring manager?
I don't know that I was the direct hiring manager, but I've been on like many interview panels and other things because I worked at a FANG level company for technology company for about 10 years, and we've hired anywhere from FTEs to contractors and other things. Mostly for the most part, my kind of policy was if like I went through like 5 interviews, I'm like hiring someone because we filtered up through enough people, right? And they're like, let's get another 5, and let's do another 3 weeks, and let's get another 5 and another 3 weeks. And it's like, can we like can we figure out to get a higher bar to get the correct person into the interview in the first place? Because I heard horror stories of like we interviewed 50 people, and I was like, wow, so you hired like 10? And they're like, no, we didn't hire any. And I was like, you literally wasted 8 hours plus of hours of like people's time, because it's like more than one person you interview with, but like on average you can think of it as 8 to 10, so like 500 hours of company time was wasted interviewing people
Jesus.
to no effect. I mean, I understand that you're going to saddle someone with, if 1 year of work is 2,000 hours, anywhere from 2,000 to 10,000 hours worth of work when you hire somebody, but like, damn, like at least like you can find the good and bad. And I would always say like this person's probably the best at technology for the like role, but they're kind of a garbage person. Well, they're a really good person, but they're kind of garbage at technology. And then what do you want to hire for, and what does our team currently need is like kind of some things that you could think about. Anyways, I go on, but that's like there's so many facets to hiring.
You can did we mention you can go check out CoffeeTraveler on Twitch?
Holy Ramblematic. Yeah, I can't stop talking. You have to stop me.
Now, okay, Brian, what is your experience with hiring? You're a business owner, aren't you?
I am a business owner, and I currently manage a staff of about 40, from 4 full-time employees to part-time employees to anywhere range from 40 years old to 16 years old. So I have all kinds of different kinds of experience with trying to manage staff and trying to get staff to stay in the building, as well as get people to be responsible and let me know when they're coming off work, because the business that I work in, if somebody calls off, their slot has to be filled. It can't be picked up by the team as a case of we're short one day, so we have to all to work a little harder to pick up the slack. It's somebody must be there teaching classes. So it's stressful and annoying. And I would love to get more employees that work every day they're scheduled for during the week for an entire month without calling off, or without calling off 3 hours before we start.
It sounds like we've started to answer a question I didn't ask, which is what is everyone's least favorite part about hiring and managing people?
Mine was like the interview process. Like it's just like people will have it drag on. They'll get new people in constantly to interview more, and I'm like, what point does it stop? Fuck.
We'll get to Shannon here in a second. I'll just throw in my 2 cents, which is I get really anal about resumes and cover letter formatting. It's a weird thing to get fixated on, but that's my hang up.
Man, I hate cover letters. Like, why do I have to write a fan fiction about how great it's going to be if you guys decide to hire me to work for this fucking company when we're all just working for money anyway? You know, it would be great if you hired me and like gave me money. That would
what
be
a
great.
way to describe a cover letter as fan fiction about me.
It's a fan fiction, like and then you hired me and everybody cheered and it was great. Like I can't. I'm so. I hate cover letters. They're so. But I agree with you on resumes. Like I feel like that's the least a person can do is put together a decent resume. Anyway.
Can we do a different one shot called Millennial Indentation Stickler, where Nick just reviews our
Andy, the last 3 weeks of my life have almost been completely consumed by this game. If you want to write that, I'm happy to support you. You do you.
I just want you to review our resumes now. I want to know what indentation it works and what doesn't.
Okay. We're going to move on.
Just to see how it resulted. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. So to begin, we're going to have a virtual bag of 15 tiles, which I have set up in our game on Roll20. It's a deck of cards where the hearts are going to be positive aspects. The spades will be negative aspects, and the jokers will be cartoonishly horrifying aspects. So we have all of our requisite materials because we're going to be playing virtually here. We've
Which one are we clicking on in the in Roll20?
the Wild Sea game.
Right on.
Even though we're not playing that right now,
I
sadly.
wasn't sure.
I wish we were
I
playing the
didn't
Wild
know.
Sea, but Travis is busy getting married.
Good for him.
We have also done our safety training and had a conversation about lines and veils, and we are all familiar with the X card. So even though we didn't talk about it, I feel comfortable now having said it that if we need to avoid a topic or change gears, anyone here in this group who's all played together or hung out together in the chat or played games with me, I think we're all comfortable here. So to begin, we are all members of a hiring committee and are going to take on the role of hiring managers, conducting interviews to fill a vacancy at a fictional company that we work at. At least one of us, Shannon, going back to your pre-show comment about having many supervisors in a previous job, at least one of us is the direct supervisor of this vacant position. One of us is going to be a recruiter who's going to be introducing the candidates. And our first task is to create a job posting and fulfill some of these prompts here in the game. So we need to understand our company and the vacant position. And we have our workspace here in the Roll20 page. This is our doodle space. So maybe at the top we can put some of these details. Feel free to use just like the text or the pen here. But does anyone have an idea of like a type of company or even an industry that we work in, or maybe what our good or service is that our company provides?
Do we create something? Are we a finance company where we move money around to make more money? Do we you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. We just push the piles of money, and as they move, there's just somehow more.
Just more
We
money.
can do.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
can pretend because we're playing pretend, so our business can play pretend too. We create NFTs and cryptocurrency, so we're just double playing pretend. We're like doubling down on playing pretend.
Okay, NFTs and crypto.
And also because it's the spoopy month and it's before Halloween, we got to make this as horrific as possible and as scary as possible. So that's what come to mind: NFTs and cryptocurrency company.
I think
haunts for dreams.
No, it's just like the fact that people could be grifted into that shit. It's just like,
can we be called Crypto Keeper?
Oh, I love it.
the crypto keepers. Yeah.
That's such a good one.
That's for all you millennials out there. Okay. So, what size of a company are we? And what is our company culture like?
Andy, can you roll me a 1D1000 to see how big our company is? Like, we gotta get some dice in on this. Like, I need like.
We have 50. Wow! Out of 1,000, 52. That's perfect. So small but growing. It sounds like.
Yes.
And what's our company culture like? Are we just a bunch of like
startup hell, just constant running around?
Oh yeah,
that's cut off.
The preferred pronoun, I believe, at the company is dude and bro.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's encapsulates most, and our corporate culture is bruh.
bruh.
Bruh are the preferred pronouns.
Fantastic. Yeah. Okay. And what are we hiring for? What is are we hiring for a new position, one that is now vacant? And what type of role?
I'm going to be really vague and just say marketing.
I want to be more specific.
Damn. All right.
Okay. Assistant director of the marketing engineers for the Northwest Quadrant.
Ooh,
that sounds like a real position.
How about we hire for a specialist who uses AI to create art for NFTs?
Oh yes.
A senior technical fellow
Yeah.
Prompt and a senior technical fellow, prompt engineer, orchestrator.
Prompt.
Orchestrator.
I'm gonna type this out because orchestrator. Prompt.
But like we need the best, so it needs to be a senior technical fellow. We're not looking for like, you know, a 1 or a 2 or a senior. No, it needs to be senior technical
I don't
fellow.
think we have such categories, do we?
How dare you?
Yep.
How dare you?
I was
And we need to have 10 plus years of experience.
I'm not
uh
looking for a distinguished
in
engineer.
AI.
We would need a technical fellow. There's a difference.
And a master's.
Is the title of the position what's going on the posting or what goes in our org chart? Because the posting could be senior EP of anything, and then they could end up having a totally bullshit position.
I think that is a fun distinction that you're making. I think that senior tech
What it's called in our org chart is AI goon.
AI goon.
But this is the title that we posted to LinkedIn.
Senior technical fellow of AI, but in culture, you are the prompt orchestrator, bro.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I would appreciate being called a goon or that anyone else would, but it's not a bad idea. I was going to suggest with a company size of 52, maybe it's about time we got someone in HR, but we can just ignore HR for now.
Do we not have HR?
Maybe once we get to triple digits.
I feel like we already have one HR person who is so harried and exhausted, and they just
hate
An old man that's just like on like retirement, and like is not taking anyone's complaints seriously. Like, yeah, you know.
All right.
like what's one of those companies that offers like HR, digital HR solutions? Like that's our real HR person, is just like the account with that service, not the person running it.
Yeah, we
That's what
have
my wife does for a living, actually.
we have
She's
someone like
the digital HR specialist.
oh, that you like just kind of hire temporarily.
Yeah, you hire their company to help do your HR because there's no way in hell you're going to be able to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That makes sense. Okay, so it sounds like this is a new position. We're expanding our NFT creation element of the company. And what I'm gonna lean on maybe Eric more for this, with maybe a little bit more familiarity. But what is a standard pay scale for this role? I don't work
scale for this role. So in tech, specifically at like a major company here in the Redmond area, let's say, you would start at like 1, 2 senior, and then it would be like technical fellow, and you have senior, and like it would go up, but like the technical fellow is like way at the top, so the pay scale is probably like $500,000, right? We gotta find someone good.
God.
That's just like base pay, right? That's not even like the whole package. That's just like base pay, $500,000 a year.
Do we say
Oh,
that, or
Lord,
are
let's
we
be
like
real.
very cagey and just refer to like the code in our salary schedule and just be like, this is
So-
paid H261?
This is on the internal. This is the
this is the pay scale for this role, not what we publish. In an early draft of this game, I did distinguish like whether or not you choose to publish it is up to you. But this is like the industry average in this area.
Well,
and
we could
this
put on the ad how much we say that they're going to make, and then pull the old switcheroo when
Or
they're in
the
the
opposite.
interview.
We find the unicorn
Yeah.
and trick them. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so this would be considered average?
Sure. Let's call it
Okay.
$500,000 a year.
Sure.
We'll just simplify it down. There are like too many like things around it, but
Yeah. Okay. And are there any other bennies that our company offer? This particular position or to all of our employees, I think, is a small tech startup. That sounds like something that tech bros and dudes and bros would do.
An
Like
Imaginarium where you can have quiet space to dream up the next NFT. So I don't know. I don't know what tech people do.
I like the Imaginarium. That's actually really good. One of the spaces that existed on campus is a quiet room where if you stood in it too long, you would like it like hurts your ears because it's too quiet or something. There's like
Really?
I think that's at
Yeah.
the Oculus lab in Redmond.
it's on Microsoft campus.
Oh, is
as
it
well.
Microsoft that has one? I
Yeah.
thought that was
Wow.
Oculus.
Well, they do this so that they can
Acoustic
hear like
isolation
the way.
lab.
Yeah, it's a sound isolation lab. It's so you can hear the key
Ugh.
presses and other things, and listen to hardware as well, because like you can listen to the
Oh.
hardware to see if it's going
Oh.
shitty and some other stuff. So
Okay,
Interesting.
I'm thinking
Anyways.
more of like your free beer Fridays.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay. Well, you can install. We will install all of our crypto mining software on your home computer for you. We got this. We got you.
You'll be
no problem.
provided with a telephone where we can reach you 24 hours a day.
Free software.
Free software
And devices.
and landline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, landline. Oh,
You better
it said
behave, Jeff.
telephone.
I didn't even know
It's a
landlines
cell
still
phone.
existed, says some of the
Might
people we've
be.
hired.
I think we also offer vesting and stock options, but we, for legal reasons, have to put it in quotes when we list it.
Quote stock. Is it quote stock options? Is it stock options or is it stock options?
I think all three vesting / stock options.
Okay, so we'll do
For our
stock.
company, we prefer to use under quotes, though. You know, stock options.
I don't know.
Sure, bring the information to me. So
Yeah,
Oh, my
correct.
God.
Correct. You don't let it get away.
yeah,
No one can because like Shannon just realized she can't unsee this.
I
So,
can't ever unsee
not
this.
a single time. That's what hanging out with me is like. It happens.
All right. So,
I feel like
Putting,
feel
I'm
like
gonna be
if the-
replaying that.
the preferred pronouns are bro and bra, that we have to have a lifetime gym membership. That is
mm,
absolutely impossible to cancel.
Biff, 100% is an installment in that gym every single day.
we
5
will
a.m. Hey, how's it going?
We will-
Absolutely.
we will create our managers here in a moment. The last
Very
thing,
small
and I think we actually skipped over this, and you had started to answer some of this. But what are some of the required and preferred qualifications?
They have to have at least 10 years experience
In AI.
in AI.
AI, which doesn't exist. That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't worry, Brian. I saw that job posting. I have literally seen that job posting. They're like, oh, we need 10 years experience in AI. It's like, that person doesn't exist.
Yeah.
They need an art degree.
A master's.
They need to have participated in at least one high-speed car chase, because then you know that they're thinking fast on their feet, because they're gonna be sitting on their butt, but they're using their feet and they're thinking fast.
We're
Heist experience preferred.
we're just gonna put lives speed. If you can demonstrate, demonstrate that you live in the fast lane.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. See, maybe it just doesn't come out with the right words, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So we're picking up what you're putting down, friend.
Because what we're doing here as a company, maybe like, is that legal?
Okay. And then preferred qualifications. Let's try and get 2 or 3.
Are these like Are these the traits, or is this is just the?
This is
posting?
like what are we
Yeah.
looking for? What are we looking for?
Team player. I hate that.
Team guy. Team guy.
Is our company evil? Can we put preferred things as like anti-union lean per
Ooh,
employee?
yes.
Previous
Union
Facebook
busting?
posting. Yeah.
I don't.
Previous Facebook postings show
Is that too political? Talk
pro-union
about
busting.
labor
Yeah,
organization?
let's avoid that.
Aw.
Comfortable with an unrepresented position.
Moral flexibility.
Moral flexibility.
Morally ambiguous. Hmm.
Feels more like a dating profile where you're like, you're up for anything. So
Overtime exempt, but overtime
You should
required.
talk to a doctor
Overtime.
about that if it lasts for more than 4 hours.
You should
let's
call everyone if it lasts for more than 4 hours. I'm sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna be
Let's-
out of money. I'm gonna be
let's
honest.
say bottom right in the alignment chart.
Yeah.
You can be neutral or left or south of center on the alignment chart. Okay, so we have our job posting, and now we need to get a picture of our hiring committee. If you want, this is not a requisite to play this game, but because this game, a little bit different from Millennial Apartment Hunters, is very much about people as opposed to how ridiculous people can present. Instead of like describing horrific environments. So I think this is a bit of a touchier game and requires a little bit more of a delicate hand. But I think it's also fun to put ourselves into a character that we can like respond to the prompts and things that we come up with in. So if anyone has an idea of who you are in our company, feel free to introduce yourself. I know Shannon had done some prep work and is bursting at the seams to introduce us to Biff.
Okay. Biff, his name is Biff Bradley, and he is a Nepo baby, super into the gym, and he loves his pledge bros. And I'm not sure what his role at the company is, but he's like really into his old frat and he just can't let it go.
Frat. Biff the frat guy. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
I keep calling him Biff Biffington in my head, but I'm like, no, it's Bradley. It's Biff Bradley. But I might change it to Biff Biffington if I get too drunk. That might happen.
Okay.
So.
What else?
I'm Dan Druffington. I never really wanted to be part of HR, but I am the HR guy that was described earlier.
Oh my god.
The only reason they keep me around after the party in 22 is because I have a corporate aura. I can like see I can see into their like souls of like what they're going to be doing for the company. So, you know, I got my own supernatural powers, but we'll see what the day brings for us. Cause I know people, you know, no bamboozling this guy.
Fantastic.
Hello, all. I am Cass Canasta. I'm a 62-year-old man. I have no hair left. I creak and move about the office with a walker. And I am definitely in charge of... What's a good thing to be in charge of? I should be like in the front desk.
The head of operational security.
Operational security, that's perfect. I move it about 4 inches every 3.5 hours across the office. And yeah, there's no reason for me to be in a millennial company, but yet here I am, and I'm holding on to strings because I can't afford to retire.
We love the snail, okay?
Yep.
He's great.
I am Brendan, the office manager, but everyone calls me Brenda because I'm the office manager and we live in a sexist, or we work at a sexist company.
Because you're bringing that bread, Brenda. You said bread, right?
Bredna, yes, Brenda, Bredna. But speaking of spending the bread, I do enjoy my job despite the hazing and harassment around my name, because I get to order whatever the fuck I want, and we got a big budget. In fact, I have to keep ordering cabinets and little organizers to hold all the things I've ordered. And I can't wait to buy even more stuff for a senior technical fellow of AI.
I'm Alfie, the Albatross. I am the office compliance, legal compliance officer. I am a Harvard Law visitor log attendee, and somehow by sheer dumb luck, I'm also Crypto Keeper's general counsel.
Andy, you've seen Suits, yes?
No, I've
Oh!
not seen Suits. I've seen like clips of it, but
Okay. I thought you were doing a bit as the character who did not get a degree from Harvard Law, but passed the law, the bar, and at one point attended a few classes.
There is a guy. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think Alfie's deal is just that he took a lot of photos of his name on like a visitor's ledger at Harvard, and it's just like, see, I went to Harvard, and you know, he has no actual legal training, but has somehow bullshit his way into this place, and with only 52 people and none of them having a legal background that's any stronger, he's the de facto general counsel.
Excellent. Okay.
Like, not an Onion article, but like there's a guy who won 26 cases and then he went to court because he's not actually a lawyer, and then represented himself and won that one too. And that's Andy's character.
Amazing.
I love that none of us have any technical expertise and will be able to tell if anyone interviewing for this position is right for the job.
How you make a crypto company.
Absolutely.
It's about the vibes. Okay.
By the seat of our pants.
Exactly. So we're ready to kind of begin the game. The committee has sifted through dozens of applications, conducted interviews, and sent offers that have been declined or left unread. We've interviewed 3 final candidates that have left a lasting impression on us. Horrific, exciting, or some combination of the two. No matter how much liability the company will take on by hiring one of them, we are beyond when the position should have been filled. We must fill the position or declare the search a failure and leave the direct supervisor stuck doing the work of 2 roles ourselves with no additional compensation or resources, unless they quit and start a job search of their own. It sounds like none of us are the direct supervisor of this position, unless one of... Oh, wait, who's the Nepo baby? Okay, Biff. You are... I'm just deciding 100%. You, as the Nepo baby, have been given authority and responsibility because of your authority. Relationships. Who are you related to? Like, are you related to a CTO, a COO?
I'm gonna say the CFO because otherwise it would never have been like bankrolled for this position unless someone was pulling a string to like give me a salary.
As someone who has worked at a family-owned and operated college, I disagree.
Ooh.
It could have been anyone.
It could have been anyone.
Could have been anyone. Right. Anyway, we'll move on.
I'm gonna write Daddy is CFO.
CFO. Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we are now going to review our final 3 candidates. One of us should draw these as the recruiter and introduce us. Since I'm familiar with the game, I'll go ahead and act as recruiter because part of drawing from our pile and getting 5 of these aspect tokens that we will use to describe the candidate, they will either be positive, negative, or cartoonishly horrific. And depending on the combination, they have a rating on our hireability chart, which will determine some things about the candidate. So why don't I have each of you go ahead and draw a card? If you hover over this little deck on the right side, can you all see that?
On the bottom, hang on.
Yeah, bottom right. Just go ahead and grab a card and then just throw it onto the screen to the left.
I've drawn a card.
Yes. Go ahead and just draw a card, everybody. And just put it there. Oh my god, we've drawn two jokers.
Jesus.
So jokers represent cartoonishly horrific aspects, and we've
Oh, I
drawn
drew
them
a Joker,
both.
Yeah.
We've drawn them both. Okay. Oh, we have all negative aspects.
This
Fantastic.
guy should be fantastic.
This person
Wow.
is going to suck.
This
Okay.
is how I got a job. Like, wait a sec.
Okay, let me go ahead and do some calculations here. So positive aspects, if drawn, there are 5 of them in the deck, are worth 2 points. Negative aspects, of which we've drawn 3 of the 8 in the deck, are worth 1 point. And cartoonishly horrifying aspects are worth -1 point each, and there are only 2 in the deck. So we have 1 point, baby. So, in terms of our hireability, this candidate's desired salary is at the low end of the pay scale or below it.
Like a sandwich. They just want a sandwich every day.
Yeah. Be
Yeah.
happy. Yeah.
I wrote
Sleep
that
here?
in
Sleep here now?
terms of their qualifications, this person needs training in skills that they're going to need for the formal training. They need training for the training.
Room for improvement.
Yes, very much room for improvement. Supervising them is a job in and of itself. They are a legal and employee retention liability. You expect to be in some HR conversations soon. This is, of course, like from the perspective of like a large corporation or business. So, you know, we can interpolate what that means for a tech bro company of 52 employees, soon to be 53.
Attempting.
Yeah,
52 and a half, maybe?
this is the lowest score possible in this game.
Can't get any worse than this.
It cannot get any worse than this. So,
We did it.
That one.
We fucking nailed it.
okay. The recruiter will calculate a hireability 1 out of 10 and introduce the candidate to the committee for review by sharing their name, pronouns, and a starting detail from the candidate's resume, cover letter, or phone screening. The committee will collaborate to describe the candidate in detail. Each drawn aspect will represent an aspect of their candidate, their look, personality, application materials, something they said or did during an interview, maybe something a Google search returned, etc. This candidate is... What was it? The CFO?
That's our
Yeah.
dad.
You're
dad.
related
My
to them?
papa.
That's your dad?
Mhm.
This is your 14-year-old sister.
Yes. Perfect.
They think that they're old enough to get involved at the company.
Excellent.
But to be fair, they've been around tech and your family their entire life. Her name is
Muffin.
Muffin's probably a nickname, right? Or is that just going to be their name?
No.
That is her legal name. That is her legal God-given name.
Nickname Muffy, but you know.
Muffy.
We
No.
are formal around
No.
Because we're a formal company, we'll call her Muffins.
All right. May I introduce to the committee? You all have known her entire life.
She grew
Muffet.
up wandering around.
Yes, you all have met her before over the last 2 or more years. You all know Muffin. Muffin's resume somehow made it to the top of the pile, and by somehow we all know how it got there. So
Hey, she's so qualified, bro. You even know.
So we are going to take turns establishing aspects and adding details to each other's descriptions. The goal is to create a vivid sense of a distinct and quirky candidate. Once we have created an aspect for each of these 5 tokens, we will nickname the candidate. Let's start. Who wants to start? And does anyone have an idea for either a negative aspect or a cartoonishly horrifying one?
Me. Oh God, I'm ready.
Yes, go for it.
Go.
The reason why I know of this candidate is because a cartoonish trait that they have is they are a paperwork poltergeist. Okay, like papers just either go flying about and we have to like fix it whenever they come through the room, which is why we're a mostly digital company. Let me be very clear. But they always reappear somewhere. But you can't have them around. All right, like keep them out of my office. Like they're paperwork poltergeist.
Is that why is that? Does anyone
Why-
have ideas?
Supernatural, you know.
I was going to pitch it's because they are frequently throwing fits to get what they want and get
Love
attention.
that. Yeah, I was gonna go
Wonder
with
where they got
kleptomaniac,
that
but I think
from.
a fit comes in much better. Yeah.
Runs in the family, if you know what I'm saying.
What are you talking about, bro? I know you're not talking about me. I'm super
How dare
chill.
you?
You don't even know how
dare
chill
you?
I am. I can't believe you said that right now.
Okay, let's step outside.
Gonna fight, bro? I gotta get my protein in me first, bro.
Yeah, you know, just to keep Muffin relatively contained, I like to buy lots of different color, like the multicolored packs of paper, and leave them leave a pad of or a ream of them in every single room. You never know,
And
but
just
Except for the red
confetti.
ones.
what's
the
that?
last time you put the red ones in there, she went and kicked my walker out from underneath me and ran through the room screaming.
No,
Red
red.
is dangerous.
Oh, when she sees
my hip
red.
still hurts. I hit the ground really hard.
Oh,
Oof. Sorry.
Sorry, bro.
Well, workman's comp?
not in this company.
No,
You can submit the paperwork at any time.
Wink,
I
we
submitted
won't
the
lose it.
paperwork to HR like 6 months ago.
Oh, I know. It's
Did-
on the list.
Didn't we fire them 5 months ago?
No, I've been the only HR person the whole time.
Oh,
this
that's right.
company.
You were our
Yeah.
HR person, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I forgot you were here.
Oh my god.
You're trying to look away. It was too blinding for us.
Okay. It sounds like we don't have anything to add to that detail, so we will go ahead and move that one off to the side, and we're left with 3 negative aspects and 1 cartoonishly horrifying one. I didn't go over the description of these aspects, so negative, they should start. We can start with a broad, relatable idea and narrow down to more specific flaws if we want. Feel free to draw on personal experience from interviews, applications, or coworkers from your past to create really vivid picture. But these are just they should be fairly normal negative aspects of an individual. The cartoonishly horrifying one, I think we have hit a nail on the head here. These go beyond mundane flaws and make the candidate a horrifying option.
I've got your next one.
Yes.
You said this person is 14, right?
Yes.
Okay, so part of her application included in her resume, she ordered transcripts from her junior high school, and she's getting a D in computer science right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
She cited experience with Adobe Dreamweaver on her resume, and the grades show the reality.
For those of us who aren't familiar with Dreamweaver, say like Brian over there, what is that, Andy?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Dreamweaver is like intro to making a web page for kids or can be intro to making a web page for kids in a computer science class. It's very light web design.
They get to find out that their hopes and dreams will never come true whenever they touch it. So
Yep.
Like GeoCities for like Gen Z, is that? Did anybody else have a GeoCities? No. Oh, I'm so old. Oh my god,
I did.
this hurts my heart. Holy shit!
GeoCities? Is this
I'm
like
actually.
is
I'm
this
gonna jump.
is
I'm
like
going
this
to-
is this the natural evolution of Earthships? I'm confused.
So,
Yes.
so Shannon, when you call 911, does it take a really long time because you take your whole phone around?
The rotary, absolutely, yeah. And I know we're making a joke
Shit.
right now.
I found
We
2.
had
Hang up.
2
Try again.
rotary phones. Yeah.
The best part of rotary phones is when you hung up that phone. Bam! Oh, it felt so good. The like
Yeah.
clang-a-lang-a-lang-a-lang. Just
hmm
when I hang up my phone, so
It was
fuck you, I'll
percussive.
talk to you tomorrow. Boop.
Yeah. It doesn't have the same
I want to put
effect.
my phone through the wall, like.
You could literally hurt someone with a rotary phone. It was
Yeah.
like it doubled as house protection.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nobody was getting past you.
And you could slam that thing as hard as you want. You could try to break it. Couldn't do it.
Indestructible. Indestructible.
Um,
They were made of
It felt
like,
like a Chevy from the 60s.
yeah. Oh man.
One of my
And-
You could
concerns
use that
had
thing
the,
as a tank or a
Memories.
battering ram or a car all at the same time.
So GeoCities was like the original like website.
Free
It was a
webpage.
web page. It was a free web page where you could make whatever you wanted, and sometimes you would like host pictures, and sometimes it was like you were writing fan fiction, and it was like a blog. But like it was also where I learned how to do HTML. So, like,
I just learned something amazing. There's always something fun that people over at Google do. If you type in and search GeoCities on Google, the font is like it's a goofy font that I'm sure you
And,
could.
actually, Angel Fire was better and did the.
oh man, yeah, it takes me back. But like, so Dreamweaver.
So she's
I guess,
failing her. So our candidate here is failing her. Comp
her
sci
computer
class.
class. Yeah.
Mm,
But
Uh,
she did have the wherewithal to order her junior high transcripts at least in her application.
Yeah,
Which is
very
probably
detail
why
oriented.
it's probably why she ended up on this panel at all, is that she at least backed up her resume with some real documentation.
nice.
I had to put in some amount of effort.
Brutally honest.
Brutally honest.
And we also learned that she
Doesn't
could,
feel like they need to hide anything.
Mm.
Like was willing to be honest, even if maybe they've made a mistake. I can appreciate that.
Okay.
-1 for our company.
Minus.
What do
I
you
think
mean?
on her resume she also has like a link to like a TikTok dance craze or something as part of her.
I've got the next negative. Trait.
Brian, do
You
it.
ready?
Oh,
Do it.
really
Do it,
quickly. Was that cartoonish? That wasn't cartoonishly horrifying. That was
regular.
just
No,
okay.
It's just a regular.
All right.
She's 14.
Go ahead, Brian.
Under skills, she has down that she is able to manage 7 concurrent social media accounts at the same time. However, upon a brief and prior search, the most liked video on her social media accounts is of her dog farting and her laughing at it.
Oh man, I love it.
4 million views. Like, what?
Mhm.
Can't even.
That's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
Everything else, 120 or
Mm,
45. 4 million. Phew.
Put 4M views, dog farts.
Um,
So good.
They actually seem to have like quadruple digit followers. But it's just all of their high school friends and a bunch of fake accounts.
Follow.
I think that maybe some of the muffins not salary, Jesus Christ, allowance has been spent on bot services to boost numbers.
Which, by the way, that's very forward thinking of them to use generative AI to be able to get these extra followers to, on their side. It's actually like, kind of crafty.
Pretty smart.
That could
Hey.
be one of the reasons that this is our candidate, friends.
Anything to get
convinced.
anything to get numbers and boost the numbers, eh?
Willing to get out there and be creative with solutions.
That's one of our preferred, morally ambiguous.
Yeah.
It's the profile.
Fantastic. Okay, what else? We've got 2 more. I'm gonna go ahead and move Muffin's name above these here.
We've got one more horrifying and one more negative.
Yes.
Okay, one negative. One just regular negative. She's always jockeying for everybody's break time or everybody's lunch time, and she's just like trying to wheel and deal it. Like, hey, if I give you this, can I get like 5 minutes of your break? Or it's just like, then she's constantly bothering everybody about this because she's like, but like I'm gonna need to have like, recess. I'm gonna need to have free period after like, the first class. So like, so in her mind, it's like she's jockeying for like extra time, but it's like really annoying to take away a lot of extra other people's time. And it's like not really how corporate works, but it's like, oh yeah, if I trade you this or if I do that, she's like signing herself up for other projects. This is what I hear from her family members.
She refers to them as her priors, her prior commitments.
Yeah. The lunch break leech, basically,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, I missed the first part. You saying she will have to take time off to go to.
No, she's trying to hey, I'll do a favor for you if you give me like your after 2 hours I get your 10-minute break or whatever type thing.
Oh,
she's
sorry, I
always trying to
misunderstood.
she's always trying to jockey for people's like lunch breaks and things. So she's like a lunch break leech. Not like so much a deal breaker. It's just really annoying to everybody else.
Is that like how you can donate your like time off to other people, but you can just donate your breaks?
Well, like ApolloNik, I'm not going to take my hour lunch break Monday through Thursday, but on Friday I'm leaving at noon. Bye. It's like, it doesn't really work that way, but like that's the type of thing she's trying to egg for.
I see.
Smart.
Okay, I like it. Andy, there is one horrifying aspect left. And I want to make sure that you have room here if you had any thoughts.
Related to Biff. Boom, done.
Wait a minute. I feel like Shannon.
My little sister, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shannon is the one.
Shannon's the one who has not been able to add one into this list.
Oh,
Honestly, no.
I got
I'm
2.
cool. I'm cool giving it up to anybody who has a great idea.
The one that you drew as well. So I did.
That's fair.
I drew like a regular bad aspect, so I just gave you.
Okay. You did.
I did a horrifying one, and then I grabbed an extra one. Well, my horrifying one was the one I drew.
Trying to think of like something. I mean, like 14-year-olds are just in general pretty horrifying. But
I have a 14-year-old, by the way.
how's it going?
Horrifying.
Cartoonishly horrifying. I was gonna pitch like what if one of us like caught Muffin during one of her long lunches, like getting high and making out with one of her friends, or one of her high school friends.
Oh no.
We could do something like eldritchy, like her like last time I saw her, because like this is where the paperwork poltergeist came from in my mind, that like one of the other ones that you could do is like she has like a Peter Pan style shadow, like her shadow disconnects from her and goes and like starts bothering the
like
shadow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And just has a mind of its own. You can't even talk to it. Just like does kind of whatever. It's like fucks around.
What?
So,
God, that's such a good idea.
Like a shade saboteur or something, like or like a shadow saboteur.
So
if you want eldritch comically,
Are we humans or no?
We are human. I know Andy wanted to play this game in fantasy.
The Jokers we drew, it says make something comical.
It is true.
I do like the Peter Pan shadow, and I like that it causes mischief with the other
shadows.
I feel like that's just an addition to the fact that paper goes flying. I feel like we now have our explanation.
Oh, okay. So her Peter Pan shadow. Okay. Comically, let me see.
Go, Brian, you got one?
No, not yet. Go. I'm thinking.
I got another one. So as we're going into fall here, I hate like all the bugs that are around. So I was thinking about like a mosquito and what that does as well too. So like, what if there's like a motivation mosquito where like she's just sucking the motivation out of everybody because she's so fucking annoying. And
she's a Dementor.
And on top of it, you have to like, you're going to be reported to like, you know, the higher ups because CFO and Biff, you're just going to be reported to like, this person wasn't doing their thing. Blah, 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 blah. So
I like the idea that. I like the idea that she's just like a Dementor and like she sucks like the happiness from people. Like whenever like they feel like they'll never be happy again when she's in the room. I think that's perfect. Motivation mosquito. I'm gonna write that down.
I also like alliteration. So.
I wrote extortion Dementor because I was gonna add that not only does she suck the fun away, like she just threatens people.
Well,
what's
she's gotten away with everything.
Literally nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing's gonna happen.
If you give me what you want, I'll tell on you to my dad.
Yeah.
So she's not actually a paperwork poltergeist. She just stands in front of your desk and goes slap.
Yeah.
Like a cat, just knocking your shit off.
What you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you working on this?
Ooh. Yikes.
How you like me now?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, we have our first candidate, Muffin. Now that we've completed describing these 5 aspects, we are going to move on to the next one. But before we go, we have a little bit of housekeeping to do. When it comes to drawing these tokens from our pool of positive, negative, and cartoonishly horrifying aspects, the positive aspects, we're just going to leave those tokens where they are. We don't have any, so we're going to just leave them where they are.
Them in the deck.
Those negative aspects, we're just going to leave them where they are. These cartoonishly horrifying ones, they get shuffled back in. There can always be something horrifying about the next candidate. So, I am going to figure out how to recall.
And it's a perfect time, Apollo, while we reset the scene, to take a small break.
Let's go ahead and draw for our second candidate. I'll go ahead and just draw. Oh, that's the wrong color. Yep, y'all know what to do.
Dope.
Boop. There's me. I got me.
I did shuffle this deck 3 times after I. Oh, that 2 shouldn't be in there. I'm gonna delete that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll draw again.
That club shouldn't have been in there.
Yeah, it should be spades and hearts.
Hey.
I feel like I didn't shuffle, but I did it on camera 3 times. They saw it right after I started the break. Okay, so we have
Breaking news. Roll20 shuffle, not actually random. It's loaded.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll through my rule book so I can show off my art that I've been working on.
Awesome.
I am not an artist, but here's some art.
Lies. That's
Here's
beautiful.
some art.
Did you make these on a Windows product?
Paint.
Or are you converted to some Apple products?
Here is the last page of the document. I made this. I started and completed this piece of art today. This was most of my day at work.
Incredible.
Nice.
Okay. I need to.
Marge Simpson.
You know, I started drawing this person and it started with short blue hair And then I was going through, oh, what color skin could they have? And I was like, oh, this, like a more of a pale yellow is something I could throw in there.
And then a red dress.
But then I went to the cool feature that the art program I was using, that I'm not going to name. The complementary color they recommended was red. So I was like, great, I'll just do red.
I wonder why.
I actually have never watched The Simpsons, ironically, even though I'm from Oregon and...
Whoa.
Never. I mean, I'm not a Simpsons
Never.
fan.
I think I can count on one hand the number of episodes I've seen. And for a show that's been running as long as it has, when you say I've never watched it, what you really mean is you've seen a handful of episodes.
Okay.
Nick, you told me that this isn't supposed to be political, but the cut-off cubicle in the front row here looks like they could be a very specific individual.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't take extra time to detail a red hat with white writing and someone with blonde hair who also happens to be white.
It could be anyone.
It could be anyone. I don't see the character in the center of this art complaining about that character.
There's no fart cloud, so
It's not a fart cloud. That's a fish cloud. And
No, I meant coming from the front cubicle.
Oh. Maybe there should be. Okay, so looking at our hireability chart, we have 3 negative aspects and 2 positive aspects. So that is going to be a total of 7 points. Woo! Wow. This person has a desired salary that is a bit what you'd expect for their skills, but within the pay scale. They meet the required qualifications and even a few preferred. They need some training, but their work will get done. They fit in well enough with the company. There are either no concerns about them or a few things that get on people's nerves. I think I need to make a correction here because I think this should say for a few good habits. There is a balance here in their fit and behavior. Yeah. So this is going to be a character named let's go with
Can we go with Chad?
No. I want to go with
Instant veto on Chad.
Okay, sorry. It was short for Chadley.
Unless it's... Are you talking about my buddy Chad B from my frat? Or are you talking about Chad Z from the other frat, who is my enemy?
This is Emilio. They are a programmer from Spain.
Emilio's
first, they use he him pronouns.
Right on.
We're gonna have to dock that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. He uses he bro pronouns.
Thank you.
Okay, because this is a preferred candidate.
He's from España, so he uses el way pronouns.
El way bro. Wait, what is there a analog for bro in Spanish?
Yeah, it's way.
Oh, way. Okay.
Way. It's the word guy, spelled G-U-Y, but pronounced with a Spanish accent. Way.
Thank you.
I was going to say El Bro, but...
El Bro? No.
Yeah. It's French, buddy.
You
I
can say,
but...
I am El Bro.
Depending on the context, you could do cabron as well, but that's, more specific.
Yeah. Depends on the party members.
But my actual Zoom caption pronouns at work are he, him /L for Spanish, and I would say this guy's pronouns would be el way. If it's bro bruh pronouns at this company.
We'll do that. El And then GUI.
Yeah.
Way.
See way.
But I think a lot of people at our company or on this committee might be okay. I'll just speak as Brenda.
Culturally
Brendan.
insensitive.
Yes, I'll speak as Brendan. We could just call him Emily Bro.
Oh, love Emily, bro.
Really, bro.
Perfect.
Okay, so since we didn't go over positive aspects last time, they could be fairly normal things to have in a good candidate, coworker, or employee. Feel free to add aspects of your dream supervisee or coworker so you can make a personal connection to the candidate.
When I was interviewing the candidate, the most important thing at the office here is how well the coffee is brewed, and we're never letting them touch the coffee. They are a disaster at the coffee machine. I don't think any amount of training, at least that we can afford, can make this any better. So that's what it is.
I was gonna say, I think they like bring in baked goods like
Nick.
every Wednesday.
I even had the Sab Carp playing on the music, which is, I believe, stock standard for when you're making espresso.
Was it?
They-
What was it you described it as?
Oh, the person or what I just said?
The music.
The music. Yeah, you have Sab Carp on.
Sab Carp?
Yeah.
What is Sab Carp?
God, he's not hip at all. He's so old. Sabrina Carpenter. You got to go fishing, bro, occasionally. Come on.
Oh, I see.
Oh, God.
That espresso.
Yeah.
That
There you go.
espresso.
That's the
No.
Exactly.
Okay. So not good at espresso, but good at baked goods, it sounds like.
Yeah, because they always want to make the coffee when they bring in their baked goods. It's kind of a problem.
But they're an excellent baker. Like their cupcakes are top tier, and they should be running their own bakery.
Is it that they make bad coffee, or is it that the beans they are a nerd about and bring in to make a pot of with the baked goods? They're like, you have to pair it with this. It's just bad.
Maybe it's just the coffee maker, and their beans are excellent, but the coffee maker is shit.
I had them come in for interview 4 times because that's how my process works. And for each time I saw them, we had a different coffee to make, and just the worst I've ever seen.
Okay.
Did they like reuse their coffee beans to the point of?
I have no idea.
Extensive, like it's so thin, it's like water.
Like someone with like a
they were using
bag.
their company resources at the time, so. All I'm saying
Instead
is
of adding a pinch of salt to cut down on the acid, they added paprika or something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You gotta
You gotta pull it through garlic powder.
What is in Breaking Bad? What is Jesse? Doesn't Jesse?
I gotta go.
Doesn't Jesse lace his like starting meth? Cayenne pepper, the chili pepper.
Pop.
Oh my god.
The chili pea.
The chili pea. Oh no. Okay. But what kind of baked goods are we seeing here?
We're talking sourdough. We're talking fresh cupcakes. We're talking like amazing cakes for everyone's birthday. He bakes a special cake when it's everyone's birthday in the office, and he like knows what their favorite cake is, and he makes it for them.
I'm gonna add B days. He describes how at his current place of employment, this is a practice he does. This is how he is. Yeah. This is how he's a team player. Okay. I think for a I drew a negative aspect, didn't I? I have an idea for a positive aspect. Who drew this?
I'll do a negative one if you need.
I drew a positive, but yeah.
Okay.
I drew a negative.
I can switch you with a negative.
Okay. I think he did a art study in Italy.
Ooh.
So he
Ooh.
Huge negative. Yeah,
I know how Temer feels, but I think the rest of us feel like this could speak to his classical training in art.
I don't know. I could, if this person is devoted to like the world of fine art, he might have like moral objections to AI.
Yeah.
I think he has found a place to live in the middle of that. To reconcile the lack of intersectionality in those two worldviews. Yeah.
Maybe he's created an AI model that only scoops from public domain art.
Perhaps.
Claim
Or
to fame is they snapshotted it before any AI was created.
Creative Commons only.
Well, I took photos. These are my photos of other art. So
it's their own large language model off of their own photos. Man, prolific photo takers.
And they're in public spaces, so they should expect to have photos taken of them, right? It's like the states where you can record people in public because it's just the expectation that you're in public.
I like how this candidate is always on and always there for work. Okay, that demonstrates true prowess of what they would bring to the company. Wow, I'm impressed.
Another aspect for you. I didn't know if you want to continue it. Sorry.
Yes, please.
Right at the beginning of their interview, as they sat down, something fell out of their pocket. And it looks deceptively like a SEC investigator badge.
I love it.
And he's very curious about the stock options on the job listing. Like
possible SEC mole.
I'll just put SEC secret shopper.
Secret shop.
Well. What do we have here?
I like that. A lot. Oh boy. All right. One more negative aspect here.
Well, I was looking over. Well, I have a friend. His name is Mortimer. He works at this guy's former company, which, it's not really ethical for me to talk to him. But of course, I play shuffleboard with Mortimer every Thursday morning from 9 to 12. We don't work on Thursdays here anyway. But anyway, he said that this guy is a stickler for time. He is always early. As a matter of fact, in his hourly position, he usually clocks in maybe 6 hours before he's supposed to, and probably 4 hours after he's done.
Oh my goodness.
And he's hourly?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I assume he's doing the work, but seems a little bit
shady. This is dedication.
Dedication, yes. Team player, for sure. But when we're paying him for a 40-hour work week and he works 117 hours during the week, it seems like it might be a negative aspect to our cash flow.
Well, but we pay salary, so we're not really concerned.
We're going to get him on salary. Understood.
Yeah, exactly.
I take that down in my notes.
All right. I wrote time thief or time chief. Okay. Anything anyone wants to add here? This was we said a 7 out of 10. Okay, we got a 1 over here.
Yeah, make sure put a 1.
I know it's not. I mean, we can't. I guess we can't really. I keep imagining him trying to invite people out to drinks after work, and nobody wants to go with him.
And it's in his office that he's inviting them is the problem. Nobody wants to go sit in his office.
He's like, come on,
drinks. No, but I'm cheap. We should drink at my office.
Why not? This guy knows what he's talking about. He's been to Italy.
Oh,
Tamer says,
and he's
exactly.
I can't believe Temer's not here. Where is
Go
Temmer?
watch the VOD.
Oh, Temmer was
Watches-
here. He must have gone to bed. All right.
The other reverse side of his art study in Italy is that he never shuts the fuck up about having just gone to Italy.
Perfect. Yes, exactly.
Yep.
And he tries to like
He's
speak
working.
fake Italian, but only when he talks about the food that he ate in Italy. I had the best rigatoni.
Is he like is part of the espresso that he just like won't stop talking about how he also spent so much time learning how to
he's
brew.
not paying attention to what he's doing. Yeah. It's really annoying.
Yikes. Oh, I was gonna say you like learn.
Espresso, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the accent. It gets me every fucking time, and I hate it.
And whenever he's eating a bagel, he's like, "It's a Bogelli," and you're like, "No, you can't say that. No, don't."
That feels
never say that again.
racist somehow. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
like,
so bad.
I hate it.
I did tell that joke to my coworker Francesco, who's literally from Italy, and he's like, "That's funny." I'm gonna call it a Bogelli now. That's awesome.
Oh, that like hurts my heart.
Most Europeans don't take themselves too seriously, in my experience. So
he thinks it's great.
So we'll go ahead and move on to the our third candidate. If we were card counting tech bros at poker night, like we aren't, obviously, we would note that there are 2 negative aspects, 3 positive aspects, and 2 cartoonishly horrifying aspects left in our deck. I'm going to go ahead and draw. Ooh, I got a good aspect. No, just to be clear, nobody owns the card you draw. Like, this is a collaborative descriptive horror game. So, I think, again, that 2 should not be in there.
That was me. I drew that.
I thought I had deleted all clubs. I'm sorry. Here, just delete. There, it's gone.
She gone.
Wait, you deleted my 2 of spades.
It was a 2 of clubs.
It was 2
clubs.
I think
it was always a 2 of clubs.
It's always been a 2 of clubs.
I was gonna say, is that not okay? Well,
let me. There you go.
There you go. All right.
Okay. So now, if we drew the rest of the cards, we would see. Oh wait, is there deal? Can I deal any more cards?
There are no more cards.
Deal. You must deal at least cards. Okay. All right. So yes, that is correct. So we dodged the last cartoonishly horrifying card. Okay. So we have 2 good, 2 negative, and a cartoonishly horrifying aspect.
Awesome.
So let me do some quick calculations. So that's 4 points plus 2 points is 6 points. Minus 1 is 5 points. So this is someone's whose desired salary is within the pay scale. They made a few of the required qualifications and need training and hands-on supervision in several areas. People bemoan working with them. Interactions are stressful, inconvenient, and or frustrating. Is the kind of touchstone for kind of how they land. We'll just go ahead and move these all down below and make room for this candidate. This is wait, I need to know, when were the True Blood books written?
Oh God, like the 90s and the 2000s.
This is Suki.
Yes. She has previous experience working as a waitress down south.
By the way, we're being asked for winning son in the chat.
This is Suki uses they them. They are non-binary, and they absolutely do have some experience working at restaurants in the Deep South.
Awesome.
They have a very heavy drawl, y'all.
They're on again, off again with their boyfriend.
Suki.
Who may or may not be a creature of the night.
All right, let's go ahead and roll. So they had I believe a 5. Was it?
Mhm. Yes.
5 for higher ability is what you said.
Yes, 5 for higher ability.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Mm.
Maybe a little bit refreshing. One thing I liked about Suki is they were very articulate in their interview. They drew on their experiences that we weren't expecting them to speak to. We can see that they have an impressive resume where they meet our required qualifications. They have experience with AI and art, and they somehow demonstrated that they live speed, whatever that means. But they talked about a lot of their other experiences that were seemingly unrelated to this, but drew strong comparisons to being a team player and having a little bit of a bad boy streak, a bad bruh streak, and how they would fit in with company culture here.
I feel like I could have done less with the amount of murders that apparently happened in their town and how they seem to be directly in the middle of each of those murder plots. But that,
Is that a negative aspect or is that a cartoonishly horrifying one?
I don't know. I'm trying to tie it into Sookie somehow.
Mm.
I want them to be Sookie so bad. It feels very much like an Angela Lansbury situation with Sookie, like where if you see her, like someone's about to die.
I have to ask you all. Again, I bring people in for 4 times for interviews, bare minimum. Like we gotta find a dedicated candidate for sure. And each time this person we're in different conference rooms. You can't book the same one. It's a fucking nightmare around here. And every time they sat down in a chair, that chair like squeaked incessantly, and they're always like rocking like back and forth in it. It's just like squeak. And then like the interview is over. I was like, what was up with that chair? I go sit in nothing. Anyone else have this experience?
They find the squeaky chair.
I booked the East Conference room on the 2nd floor for the past maybe 7.5 years.
Yeah.
From 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. It's fun in a nap.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to join you then. Thank you for letting me
Wait,
know about
what?
that.
What hours?
What?
From 1 to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
What do you do between 4 and 5 p.m.?
If you're not hitting the gym, bro, you're missing out.
I mean,
Great time to come.
I take my break. I'm in there drinking coffee, and then I answer emails from 4:30 to 5.
The best time of day to answer and respond to emails.
Exactly. I'm my typewriter. And then I scan them from like 4:45 to 5, and then I send them out.
You type them on a typewriter and then walk down the hall to scan them and send them from there. So
Exactly.
are all of your emails received from your email, or are they just received from the printer's email address with like just a long string of numbers?
Oh, I love it. Please be the latter.
From cryptokeeper6969@gmail.com.
Obviously.
Okay.
I'll teach you how to make it into Morse code so that you can send it out yourself.
I like that.
I'm just gonna add this isn't even I'm not even gonna take an aspect. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Sookie has an effect. Her favorite color is red. So all of the red paper, Sookie is happy to do crafts with the red paper.
Careful there. Are you sure her? Because I believe on their paperwork, where this is a knock against them. They said they them.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. I misgendered them. Apologies.
Pronouns.
We'll move
this company.
Yep.
Redna, stop.
Yes, we want to get those right. That's important, but we also don't want to linger on it and make a big deal out of it. Thank you for pointing it out. I appreciate you letting me know.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
How about next? I know I've only said it in one of the interviews here, Dan, but I was talking to Alpha the other day, and it seems like I know this candidate before the interview, almost like she visited me in my dreams and told me that she was the right candidate for the job and that I needed to hire her or else. And then I talked to Alpha the other day, and he said the same thing happened to him, and I got a little bit freaked out. Anybody else dream about this candidate or be threatened in their subconscious by this candidate?
I mean, yeah, but just because they're super hot, like, that's not weird, is it?
Yeah, the only thing we did was go and party. Like, I'm wearing my party clothes at all times. So, like, I think the candidate just knew the assignment. I think it was in a dream. I can't really remember. It seems so visceral and real. I wasn't going to mention it.
I don't remember my dreams, but I feel like we should hire them, or something bad might happen. Just a
Did they
feeling.
tell you that? Okay.
No. It's just a feeling.
Okay, I understand.
Hey Cass.
I love it.
Hey Cass.
Yeah.
I know you're like really old and don't get it, but and I know I'm one to speak because I misgendered them, but Suki goes by they them.
Oh, my apologies. What did I refer to them as?
She her.
Oh.
Immediately after I did.
Wonderful. I feel like they yelled at me for referring to them as the wrong person too. This is all deja vu. I don't know.
Is this in your dream?
Yes.
Was it a dream or a nightmare?
Both.
Could you move?
Maybe.
Could you move, or were you kind of like floating and not in control of your body?
In my dreams, I swim. Always.
You swim.
So you're saying they're not a sleep paralysis demon? I think that's a positive, bro. I don't know.
I mean, not with that attitude, but
Do they work out? I mean, that soup's totes important. It's like important to keep it tight and go to the gym every day, bro. Gotta eat protein 19 times a day.
I'm just gonna pitch. Should we just write tight for the third, for the positive, the last positive aspect?
I see that Riz you're putting down, and it's definitely skibbity. So
that was.
it's not Ohio, okay? So
I'm gonna say this: that was accurate, and I hated it.
true.
I hated everything about that. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You're welcome. You know, under quotes.
Toy, but it should be tweet, like TOI tight. It would be.
It's there. There's a tweet now.
Thank you. Tweet.
tweet.
Nice.
Okay. Alrighty. So, if there's nothing else to add, we are going to make an offer to one of our candidates. Once all 3 candidates have been reviewed, it's time to choose one. The hiring managers. Oh, we forgot to give these all nicknames.
Oh, okay.
Amelie Bro. Okay.
Amelie Bro. We have begrudgingly Muffy.
Muffy, yeah, and then instead of Suki, it could be Skibbity. We'll just call her Skibbity.
Skibbity. They.
I mean, their name is Skibbity.
Yes, thank you. They are. Yeah.
Okay. So, the hiring managers should recap each candidate in character, naming one thing they most liked and one thing they didn't. After that, the hiring managers should agree to eliminate one candidate. You know, I like Muffy. Muffy has helped me maintain my job security because Muffy and I get along. One thing I don't like about them is I feel like them being here full-time would be truly a full-time job in and of itself for me.
I mean, I gotta agree with you about Muffy. Like, she's been great about like not selling me out to my dad about some of that stuff that happened that you're not supposed to know about, and I didn't say anything about it, but like she was super like awesome about that.
Huh?
But one thing I don't like about her is that she's a fucking bitch, man. And she steals all of my shit. But like, I mean, I could see her working here, like it could be fun. It could be all right,
I
She'd be a good
mean, she's
asset.
gonna work here eventually, so we might as well get on her good side, but also like she's like a fucking not a zoomer, but might as well be.
It's a little bit
I
of a reach
mean-
for her to be a zoomer. She's more of a alpha.
Also, really question whether or not our work
I'm an
schedule is
alpha,
gonna fit into
bro.
To fit into her middle school schedule.
Yeah,
Whatever
You
the
might
fuck
have to
she
go to
goes to.
school.
her class
first.
schedule may be a problem.
Sorry, Alfie, I was busy talking over you being an alpha. What?
Her class
Edna, you're
schedule
so
may be
spicy.
an issue. Goodness.
Oh. Okay. Cass, do you have anything to add?
I feel like her social media presence could be a benefit for a company.
Hmm?
The mere fact that she could contact her followers and just tell them to literally buy her NFTs, and the fact that they're probably dumb enough to actually do it could be a huge benefit to sales. The thing that I'm worried about is she might also then immediately tell them to like completely tank it and sell it and then destroy us because she got pissed at us. And so the variability of her mood
Yeah.
has me highly concerned.
Yeah,
Nasty coming in
but I
with
like
fucking
We should
good
figure
points.
out
I
what
like
snacks that she really likes and keep them really stocked in the break room.
Yeah. I feel like I like what you had to say, Caspro. I mean, I know that my man Elon will never die, but like X is dying and Muffin's ability to be young and stay on top of the new social medias like Blue Sky and
Mastodon.
whatever the fuck that shit is. I don't even know, man. It's like a woolly mammoth
Oh.
that's been broken out of the ice age. Like I don't even know or care. I'm too old to deal with this shit. I'll be on X for fucking ever. But yeah, we got to stay on top of some of this other stuff to keep with young audiences. So like
So here's my biggest problem with this candidate is that they can't live in the fast lane because they don't have a driver's license. So it's a no for me.
hard pass. I guess we should move on and talk about Amelie, bro. Bro, the lamination on some of their baked goods was off the charts. No soggy bottoms. No soggy
No
bottoms.
soggy bottoms. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I wish they would stop talking about Italy, though, bro. I get it. You were there. That's great. But, like, shut up.
It's like, okay, do you work for the SEC or are you an Italian? I don't even know. Like, I get that you've got like slightly darker skin than me, bro, but like, what's the deal?
Also,
Oh, incredible.
do they even go to the gym? I didn't see any muscle definition there. I feel like they're not going to be hitting up the gym with me after hours. I don't know if I can say yes to this person.
Here's how you can say yes. You can show them all the ropes to prove that like you're the like gym alpha. You can bring your gym beta with you.
Honestly, like I feel like they're too hard of a worker. They're too busy working to get to the gym and they're harshing the vibes.
That's my favorite part. I'm so glad you brought that up. Anytime anyone harshes the vibe, like my boy Cass over here, the best. God, I love it so much. That's my vibe, and it's not being harsh at all, but everyone says Cass and I are always harshing the vibe.
Are you being an asshole or are you being like...
Let me be very clear. I'm going to put a meeting on your calendar, okay, to talk with HR. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know the vibe now? Is the vibe clear yet?
Wait.
Anyways.
Wait.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, we're
please
just having
Wait,
a good time.
you're-
Nasty. That's what's up. I get
We're
it.
just having a
You
good
guys are
time.
toys.
Joking
We're-
around, jokes.
You
Jokes.
joshed me. You
Yes.
joshed me, bro. You joshed me.
But I'll put a meeting on your calendar. I swear to God.
Alfie, compliance guru. Guru Goon. What do we feel about Emilio?
Huge liability. If he's investigating us, you might need a better. I mean, a real. I mean, another. I need to expand the legal department.
Okay, the whole comment about them working for the SEC, like that was getting close to the line, but saying we need an HR department harshened the vibes, bro. I know that is Dan's thing, but
I am the HR department, but he was saying he could expand the legal team, and if we
We
need to expand the legal team, we will just offer this person a slightly lower salary.
no, we
and then
don't.
expand
We
the
don't.
legal
We don't
team
have
with
the
that.
budget for legal, man. All of our
Oh.
money needs to go into creativity, not being a shithead. You can't do this, torts. You can't do that, liability. Oh, we need to sign the contract for our lease for this property. Meh, meh, meh.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, Bredna, and I fucking love it.
It's Brenda.
I heard Bredna when I first came here. I'm not changing it now, bro.
I hate that happened. Okay. Are we done talking about Emilio, or is there anything else to say?
I'm going to review Emilio's qualifications while I work on my sourdough.
Yeah, there you go.
All right,
Do
Alfie.
it.
Alfie doing the bread thing.
mean,
Meh.
Probably
I
probably
like-
interviewing for.
He's raking in the dough.
Like
We love it.
That Emilio is very dedicated.
This is
But-
true.
Is there
Right.
such a thing as
Anybody
being
who can't make a
too?
goddamn cup of coffee has no right, service, or even dream of living in this office.
Like,
There's
I
such a
don't
thing
want
as
to be
being.
indicted. I will die in jail.
like,
There's such a thing as being too dedicated, C Nasty. I don't know what to tell you.
like,
This is
all,
true.
like, we all know we gotta crunch at some point, but like, if I'm gonna crunch with my crunch bros, my oops all crunchberry bros, you better be making some fine drip while wearing some fine drip. You know what I'm saying?
I'll
We
be
can have
honest. I
the-
don't.
I
Sorry,
have no
Cass.
idea what to say.
Yeah, sorry, Cass. We'll
we can do the
we'll
crunch or lunch
we'll
off,
summarize
if
in
you
the
will.
meeting minutes. And the
Was
one
someone
time.
supposed to be taking minutes? Oh,
Oh,
my god.
I wasn't taking minutes.
Round up
You
to the
taking
full
minutes?
hour. I round up to the full hour.
Alfie was supposed to do that and isn't here to state otherwise. So Alfie was supposed to do it.
Fuck, Alfie.
I
Oh,
don't do crunches
A-Dog.
anymore. Anyway, the last time I did, I pulled the stomach muscle and then I rolled a hip and it was bad.
See,
Dude,
Nasty,
I
you
thought your
gotta do
ankles were the
better.
problem.
Seriously, go see my physical therapist, bro. I think we have one for hire, like in the gym, like right now. He could definitely help
Oh,
you.
really?
I think you
I've been
could
paying for that
use.
membership for like at least 7 years. It's never been.
Definitely, hit
Dude,
that gym,
you
man.
need to check out naturopathy. It is all about naturopathy these days, my man. Like, just, my naturopathic physician just tells me I just need to eat honey. Honey is nature's elixir. It's so good for you. I am so sticky all the time, but it's so worth it.
Can I also just say, like, I love that Emilio like bakes all the time, and he makes like amazing fucking cupcakes and stuff. But like, that fucks up my macros, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm supposed to be like protein all the time. What am I gonna do with all this gluten in the office? My dick is gonna fly right off.
What was I?
We all know that's what
I-
happens when we eat gluten.
I feel like I was put on the spot because every single calorie in my day was accounted for, and he just brought those cupcakes to the interview, and I was like, what am I going to say? No? But what am I going to say?
Like,
Yes?
Say no.
What am I going to say?
right?
Yes?
Free.
How do we
booking.
like deal with that?
I don't know.
Unless
You tell me,
there's a
bro.
way. Can Emilio make like a protein loaf? Is that like a thing?
Oh, okay. If we hire Emilio,
We got to find out.
We need to find out. Do you think
Then,
we could ask one of Amelia's references?
If you speak Italian.
see, nasty. You said you played a shuffleboard game with like someone who used to work with them, right?
I did.
Now you're just somebody that I used to shuffleboard with.
Yeah. We need to find out like what their fucking references are, bro.
All right.
We need to work on it.
Well, I know Alfie's like busy doing bread stuff, but should we move on and talk about suke?
Yeah.
They're great.
Suki was like
I like
pretty
suke.
great. I was down for Suki.
They sounded
great.
really smart, almost too smart, but just the right amount of smart. But like maybe so smart that all those murders
I'm in chat right now. I'm sorry.
in their town.
I couldn't let that one go.
Yeah, that was a pretty good
Really
one.
good. Really.
We've all seen that South Park episode. That's my favorite episode.
I've lost my train
The
of
whole
thought.
time.
I'm so sorry. The murders.
Well, back.
Check
Let me
about the
put this
murders.
back. So, of the 4 interviews that I had with Skibbity over here, very articulate. But that squeaky chair, they're going to need to have their own office. If we do hire them, they have to have their own office. Otherwise, productivity for the rest of the team is going to be way, way, way down.
Do you think?
And they're going to have to work here at night, is my understanding, based on their qualifications and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that we've talked about before, and I hate to revisit it. There is the fact that you, Dan, with your misophonia, you could just get noise canceling earphones. But fuck that. We're going to provide them their own office, make them work at night, spare no expense.
I mean, I don't know, bro.
Or we could.
Oh, why don't we get everybody stand desks and then take away all the chairs? Dude, problem solved.
Incredible.
So good for fucking your
I
step
feel
count.
like I've been doing a lot of therapy, so I've been having a lot of feelings lately. Unlike the first 30 years of my life.
Bro.
Unlike the first 30 years of my life. I got a lot of feelings repressed. I got to express them. So I just feel like I've lost my train of thought.
Well, here's what the training is going to be. So we're going to increase productivity at our company twofold. I like your idea of standing desks, but we can't afford standing desks for everybody. So what we're going to do is scrap all the desks, buy standing desks for half the people, run the actually only run even better, instead of half, a third, and then everybody hot desks with everybody else. So like you run an 8-hour shift, so we can like split up our team. We're going to be 60 people soon, so we're going to think about this. We're going to have 20 desks. So
we should hire a team to manage the desk schedule.
I will make sure that happens.
Okay.
You got that?
We're gonna need at least 3 people.
I will pay myself at least 3 more salaries. I mean, hire 3 more people to make sure that my team can manage that.
Fantastic.
You're so
Fantastic.
Dedicated. You're so you're dedicated, DD. I admire you, bro.
Yeah, the HR team's gonna handle it.
Cass, what did you think about tight Suki tight?
Well, first of all, I wanted to tell Dan that when he writes that schedule, I'm only actually at my desk from 12:30 to 12:45 and from 4:45 to 5 o'clock. So all the rest of the times you can actually leave that desk open.
Yeah.
But it also takes me like 15 minutes to walk from room to room. So if I could have an extra window, that would be great.
Dan, you have the fourth. Dan, you've had the 4th biggest office in this entire company for 5 years.
Dan, I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to put you up on a Segway, and we're going to put your desk on top of it. Productivity to the max. You can't get around? I got you. This company understands your needs. We're going to be inclusive.
I haven't had a driver's license for 7 years. So they took it away. I can't see it anymore.
I have a generative AI program that I got from one of our tech bros, and it's going to move around for you.
Oh, okay.
You mean you guys don't just charter your private jet, like your little you don't have like a PJ on standby, like when you need to get around, like to the grocery store or like whatever? Is this?
You don't have
have that?
You don't have the brain chip that just sends off your order?
Bro.
Like, why do you have to get a jet?
Bruh, you gotta talk to like my surgeon, and he can get you implanted with one of those brain chips. And also, like, I would be willing to loan you my PJ for like grocery trips, like once a month, because I'm like super generous like that, bruh.
Bro, when I become chief technology officer of this company and I'm making millions of dollars, I'm gonna do that thing that guy did, where I replace all my plasma and I'm gonna live forever.
Bredna, I love that journey for
Freeze
you.
yourself.
No, I won't need to cryo freeze myself because I'll just straight up live forever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't understand.
Alfie, bro, you're back. How's the bread making? Are you making us some dough?
Yes, the bread is good, and I spoke to my contact at the SEC, and we're definitely being investigated. So
fuck Emilio!
We can't have Amelia. Oh no.
Can we be sure it's Emilio though? Like, I was really kind of looking forward to that protein loaf, but like, whatevs, I guess. Fine.
I looked in Emilio's bag and there was a checklist of questions to ask. Should I have mentioned that before?
That just feels like being prepared for an interview, bro. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know.
I mean, the reveal is going to be that Biff is the insider.
Biff has been flipped. Flip Biff. Flip Biff.
Bredna, I'm gonna put in your permanent record that you took the initiative to look through their things, and we like that around here.
Thank you. I'm constantly going through people's personal items because I feel like it's important. So,
Bredna's a team player.
They stood out to me as a candidate because in my dreams they told me they were amazing. And they also worry me as a candidate because in my dreams they told me that if I didn't hire them, they'd kill me in the dead of the night, and that I would no longer have a soul.
Right.
So
Those
kind
are good qualifications.
And I need to punt on this one, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know where you work? I'm afraid that you don't know where you work.
I feel like.
I mean, I know that my soul has probably been gone for a long time, but they said I still had one.
Oh, that's really cool. That's like when you meet.
Dude.
That's like when you
wants to hire them to get my soul back because I know I sold it a long time ago.
Yeah, we have that on file
pretty quick.
I
we
had
have that on file.
I went to a palm reader and they said that someone with the whose name started with an A or an E or an I. They said vowel. They just were like, someone whose name started with a vowel that passed in the last 1 to 5 years. And I was like, well, holy shit, that is true. I lost my Oma a couple years back. It was 6 years, but close enough. And I just feel like
you gotta pay attention to that. Yeah.
Yes.
They were close.
And it just like opened it, like it was revolutionary. Anyway, I won't get into it, but I feel like my experience is the same exact thing as yours.
I'm very sorry for a loss, Bredna. I'll send some flowers.
Oh no, I already bought myself like $500 of flowers. It's all good.
Right
okay.
Self-care is so important.
So, it sounds like we have eliminated one candidate by default. We don't want to be investigated by the SEC unless we do. Wink.
I mean,
wink, Biff. Wink.
It really depends on what they say about whether or not they can make me like a protein loaf. Like, I would be willing to eat their baked goods if it like didn't fuck with my macros. So maybe.
Hey Biff. Aren't you supposed to be like rooting for your sister?
I mean, I fucking hate her, but like also
shit.
Because she has some dirt on me. But like, I mean, I've got dirt on her. That's what family's all about. It's about
I heard your parents are getting
blackmail.
I heard your parents are getting divorced and that Muffy might stick with your mom. Are you sticking with your dad?
Oh my god, I'm a daddy's boy. Like, I would never like
I
fucking
know.
flip on my dad. That's crazy.
Yeah,
What? Who
I
told
thought
you
so.
my parents were getting divorced? Oh my god. I have to call my mom right now.
Your
I need to
dad's
like.
your dad's secretary, but you didn't hear it from me.
Oh, that tracks. That tracks. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. To be fair, he
Anyway,
says that to all of his secretaries, but like whatevs, you know.
I
like, they
think
all think that.
okay. I'll go ahead and email Emilio that they're fucking out and that they can go fuck themselves, and shove it up their SEC ass. And we should,
Fair.
and we can sleep on this decision for 1 to 5 business nights and revisit it next week. So after narrowing our decision, the hiring managers must choose who to make a formal offer to. They should have a brief conversation justifying why hiring that candidate is a good idea, despite glaring flaws.
I mean,
This
like,
is a
Suki
game.
did keep it toy.
This is a game of tough choices. Choosing who to hire is completely arbitrary. With limited resources and options, there are no win-wins. Hiring managers should try to justify their logic. We've heard a lot of that already, and we're doing great. We've all convinced ourselves to follow through on bad ideas because of how we feel about the alternatives. Moving a fictional person through that process is, or maybe I should have wrote, could be cathartic. So
Suki. I feel like Suki kept it tweet, and I know that they would like totally join me in the gym.
I can't help but feel like, now I know you all talked about how you had dreams about Suki. Like I can't remember my dreams, like I said, but I feel like a fate worse than death might happen to me if we don't hire Suki. Just a feeling. Just a feeling.
Here's the reason why I'm yes. There's many reasons to say no, but the one reason I'm going to say yes to hire Suki is because they're going to help me clean up any problems I may have with anybody, especially some of the people on this call. Just don't worry about the problems.
Cleaner, like becoming a janitor, working in custodial.
Yeah, they're going to be able to clean up any problems we have around here, and I'm a big fan of that.
Didi, your intensity right now is really intimidating and also like borderline like terrifying, and I love that energy, bro. Like keep it up. That's awesome, Didi.
You're like a very real HR guy.
Love it,
because I
Didi.
am real.
You're living that HR life. I love that journey for you, Didi. What's up?
Thank you. You go to the gym, I go to the HR gym.
You should come to the gym with me, brah. Like we could totally like fucking just like.
Here's the
Wow,
problem.
that'd be
I don't
awesome.
actually have any legs. I just hover around at the bottom of the torso.
Are you?
Like, have you actually ever
I
seen
love
my
it.
legs? Have you actually seen my legs?
You got a smoky bottom. I love it.
It's new
Smoky tail
technology they're
bottom.
working on. They've uploaded my consciousness, so we can do whatever we want with this flesh, like offering.
Perfect.
Like, you know, it
Bruh.
doesn't matter.
What? Okay, sorry. I have to cut in. What is the name of the movie that's like something her? Van Her? No,
Van
not.
Helsing.
No, it's like
Ben-Hur?
Ben. Is it
Ben-Hur.
Ben Hur?
Yeah,
And her is
Yeah.
the like
with Charlton Heston and
yeah.
like
What about
chariot
Ben-Hur?
racing.
Racing.
Someone actually
Chariot racing.
died. In that
I'm
chariot
sorry.
race. Big
I
deal.
got very fixated on starting another chant that was like, because we have Dan HR, Dan Her. But I couldn't remember what if.
Incredible.
What I'm hearing,
He's on
Didi,
in.
is that you're going to be skipping leg day with me, which, like, I mean, you shouldn't do, but, like, I'm totally prepared to just,
I
like,
skip
rep
leg day
out
every
with fucking
day.
arms.
Dude, you can go on walks and that counts as leg day. Fuck leg day.
Dude, that does not count. You really need to talk to, like, my fucking nutritionist. Like, that's crazy. Like, you got to talk to my physical trainer. You got to talk to my nutritionist. And you also need to talk to, like, you need to talk to me, bro. Like, let's get
It's
your
also,
legs
by the way, it's
together.
all provided by the company.
Dude, I'm already
Absolutely.
taking 40 supplements every day. If I get prescribed one more, I'm going to throw it up. I'm going to throw them all up. I can't handle it.
That's a bad attitude. We can't have that attitude here at our.
I mean,
AMU
you
company.
will. Absolutely. Like, thank you, Dee. Like,
Well,
bruh.
well, Amazon is hiring right now, so maybe I'll just fucking quit. Fuck you
You want
guys.
to wear a diaper every day, bro, while you're picking up somebody's fucking.
I won't be wearing the diapers. I'm an office manager. I'll just be buying lots of diapers for all of the warehouse workers.
You think you won't be like? You think you're gonna go from this position to like an equivalent position at Amazon, bruh? I gotta like. I mean, be realistic here.
Redna, I'll get your bottom half removed if you don't need it anymore. Like we'll talk to the boys in tech. Like,
What am I?
You
Fucking
sneaky.
Darth Maul, bro? Fuck that.
do you want to be?
Do
Wait.
smoky bottom boys don't need to? They don't need to use the bathroom. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'll put a different kind of meeting on your calendar.
Oh man, do I need a smoky bottom? Like what the hell? Like what am
Smoky
You
bottom?
can always skip.
Yeah,
leg
'cause
day.
I'm just
If you don't-
imagining, like, a
if
genie
you don't
bottom.
have legs, you can always skip leg day.
Look, again, I have only been in touch with my feelings for 6 months, but I feel like if I'm gonna be my authentic self, I need my bottom half. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you do probably need that meat caravan still. Well, when you don't, come to me. Talk to me.
So like,
Are there
I've-
any legal
I've-
complications from this? I'm
What?
starting to get worried.
I feel
Oh,
I
Imagining
I
Alfie
feel
for a
like
legal
Dan
conversation.
moonlights as like a fucking black market.
He's
We have, like,
I
a
don't
secret
know.
tech side
I
of the
don't know.
company. Like, we have a secret tech side of the company that I'm just making shit up about.
it's run by
Straight
genies.
mafia.
It's run by gin.
Cass, you were saying.
You take the if you take the elevator down to the basement, there's just a door in front of you that says R&D, and that's it.
I love this. I love this.
I
Dark
was
company.
I was asking Alfie if there are legal complications to removing legs from senior staff.
Not if it's in the original company charter, and I believe that that Dan
I
wrote
will
that charter. So
Make
you know,
sure that happens.
Dan wrote those rules. So whatever's in there, Dan has made room for.
Fair.
So like, okay, pros and cons. Muffy like sucks because she's my little sister and I fucking hate her. But also like, I mean, could be worse. But like, also there's Suki who like they keep it tight, and I gotta like throw my hat in that ring. You know what I mean? Because like also Muffy is a fucking bitch if she's gonna like side with my mom in the divorce. Because like, what does she even do?
All right.
I don't even know.
I've got a level with you, Biff. If, like, here's the thing. If we don't hire Muffy, like, that could mean any of our jobs, all of our jobs. It might mean none of our jobs.
Bro, I also work here. Like, what?
Well, I mean, your job's fine. Like, you're not going anywhere. Like, you're set for life. But the rest of us, if I'm being honest, which I'm trying to be lately, we're fucked if Muffy decides to retaliate against us. But here's the thing. I'm afraid of your dad because I might lose my job. If we don't hire Sookie, my soul could be torn asunder. It's just a feeling that I have. I don't really get it. But
Like,
that's
another.
that's just how it is.
What I'm hearing, yeah.
So that's
think-
Sookie's got my vote.
I think I have a solution.
Oh,
That will benefit everybody.
I like
we could-
win-win-wins.
Hire Sookie, and then I could offer for Muffin to video me as Sookie or someone else knocks my walker out, breaks my legs, and I will fall down the stairs. She'll get plenty of views for social media, and it seems like it's even in the company charter that getting new legs will actually be covered, or removal of my own legs for perhaps a rascal to be attached at my hips, which would be beneficial to me and probably paid for.
I have
Without
about
a lot of
7,500 documents you need to sign first, but you will get through it. It'll be fine.
Okay, sounds.
See, Nat,
Pull my
you would be
typewriter
willing
out,
to
and I'll meet
do
you
it.
sometime next, like
I'll find you.
July. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
See,
hey,
Nasty being the ultimate team player.
hey, Dan, can I talk to you?
You're talking at me, but go for it.
Normally, I would say that having Cass sign 500 documents is going to take a billion years because he only works 45 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
But you're in luck because I thought ahead and I bought a stamp with his signature on it. It's one of those ones that like the stamp side isn't showing, but as soon as you press it down, it flips. And it self inks, so he can just go ka-chunk, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da, drop a sick
Are you
beat.
talking about this stamp right here? Chunk.
Yes,
Chunk.
hell yeah.
We
So
made them for everybody because he doesn't sign shit.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm the one that thought of it, and I'm the one that buys them. So I'm just trying to sell you on my value. Can you put that in my file?
That was already in your file. That you
Okay.
have no value to the
All right.
company, and we're letting you go at any moment's notice. But we could figure out who we're hiring first, so that we could put something positive in your file. I'm just saying,
Bro, I am so sorry that I came and took up so much of your time without a meeting. I should let you get back to it. So,
Bredna, I want one of those ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk things that you were just talking about, Bredna.
it's been in
Look
your
down at your desk.
it's
Yeah,
been
look
in
down
your
at your
it's
desk.
been in your mailbox
It's right
for
there.
6 months.
Oh my god, I have a mailbox?
Check your fucking mail, bro. Okay.
Oh my god.
All right.
It's attached to the bottom side of your elliptical, Biff.
Oh my god. That is
We
so
all
convenient.
have treadmills at our desks.
I love it. That's so
Fuck.
convenient.
Oh. Okay,
God, this
so
is still
it
full.
sounds like we've decided to hire Suki. So
I think so.
we will.
Alfie, what do you think? What about who are you leaning towards?
Yes, please.
Okay, dog.
I think I also experienced the Suki sleep paralysis dream. So this feels like
Hold on.
a very safe choice.
Mm-hmm.
And feels better than hiring someone whose schedule has to work around algebra.
Right on. She's so bad at that too. Like, oh my god. If
Okay.
she wasn't
Yep.
blackmailing half the teachers, like she'd definitely be fucking failing.
So, unless there's more discussion to be had, we'll continue moving forward because
Right on.
we're almost at time. So, the game isn't over once the hiring managers have extended an offer. We need to see how things turned out. We should see our company anywhere from a few weeks to a few months after the candidate accepts and starts their new job. To do that, the hiring managers must choose aspects from their chosen candidate and answer one of the questions below for the aspect that they choose with respect to working with this candidate. Or just in general, pick one of these questions and answer it. How did you compromise? What do you work around? What did you lose? How have you changed? How have you surrendered?
Oh,
Now,
boy.
one thing
Anyone
I'll
jump forward.
add while you're thinking about the answers to these questions, just because this episode is sort of a commercial for buying or downloading my game.
love it.
If we had selected Muffin for a candidate with 1 to 3 hireability, hiring managers must also collectively answer, what was the company able to afford and spend on appeasing employees after saving some money by going with the low salary candidate? If we had somehow managed to roll a 9 to 10 hireability candidate, which we had a 7, except they also worked for the SEC. For an extremely expensive and valuable candidate, hiring managers must answer, what did you have to sacrifice to convince your boss to approve their desired compensation? Alternatively, what did you have to sacrifice to convince the candidate to accept the position with less than what they asked when they could have comfortably walked away?
Nice.
So, as for these questions, I have an idea, but I want to run it by Eric. Eric, 6 months from now, how has this worked out for you and I? I feel like one of us is a winner and one of us is a loser.
6 months from now, you have come to find out that you have been integrated into the Steely Dan Coalition, and that is the coalition of where I take you to R&D and plug you into a great many gruesome, horrifying things of the deep dark down in the abyss. I had convinced you that your mistake of hiring Suki was a huge mistake and that you should come take a walk with me. And now we are down in R&D, and you are facing what your future could and should be based on your decisions that you have made thus far. Welcome to Steely Dan's. It's like a Hotel California kind of situation.
I won't make decisions anymore. I no longer have the capacity. What you say goes.
That's what I'm talking about. High five. Just hit you slapped on the head. Yeah. See, perfect. Let's go back upstairs. We can go talk to everybody else. I'm having a great time. Big win all around. You also, as you see in the scene, we're walking by. You actually see like all of Dan's anthropomorphized features, could be, should be, all these like mannequins that look like Dan. But also you see that Dan is floating via hover because he doesn't actually have any legs. Have you seen my legs? I don't have any legs.
No, I'm just seeing smoky bottoms. You're clearly
exactly.
a gin. It's fine.
That's where we see ourselves in 6 months.
With Brenda's judgment completely removed. Yes, Brenda. Things in the front office are running extremely smooth and efficiently. There is a significant drop in the amount of frivolous purchases, however.
No more snacks are ever provided ever again.
Who's gonna get my protein shakes, bruh?
Fill out a requisition form, and I will be happy to consider it.
I have to do paperwork. Is there room in the budget to hire like a personal assistant who can like fill out those requisition forms for me so I can get my protein shakes, bruh?
Yes, you can fill out this form to request a personal assistant.
Bruh, no. I'm gonna talk to Daddy. I'm gonna see what Daddy has to say.
5 days later, yes, sir, I'll make it happen.
Damn right. Yeah.
Whatever you say goes.
Fuck. Nepo babies.
All right. What else?
I think.
go ahead.
Andy, go. No, you go. We've talked over you several times tonight. You need to go first, sir.
Go.
I'm just thinking about this squeaker piece, and presumably Cookie's dark murderous energy, like some element of like the curse that they bring to the space, I have to imagine. So like every chair has begun to squeak now in sort of a rhythmic nightmare chorus. So there's a lot of like a lot of requests for noise canceling headphones going into Bredna's office, and a lot of people whose requisition gets denied then go to Dan to try to finagle some sort of accommodation.
All chairs have been exiled from the company because we only have standing desks and everyone works in split shifts. I already thought about this. Boom! It's been deployed. But that cacophony is down in R&D, and we're trying to figure out where the fuck it came from and how we can harness that energy and how we can get people to buy more chairs. Because don't let anything be a mistake.
I think we should invest in like the yoga balls because if people can't stand the squeaky chair, like yoga balls make no sound.
That's pretty ballin' of you. That's got some
I know.
rinse to it that I like. That good
Mm.
energy.
It's full of good ideas, brah. Usually comes to me like while I'm meditating after I fast for 20 hours and I eat in my 4-hour window. So like,
Hey, Andy. Can you roll me 1D1000?
Where are we at? Where's the company at? Good callback.
If you could roll less than 52, that'd be great.
Awesome.
89.
The
Not bad.
dream.
Not bad. Probably a
Wow,
little.
so
Present.
low.
That's a less than
Growing.
10% chance of either of those numbers coming up, and they came up
Wow.
twice.
I know, I love it.
So our staff has increased significantly in the last 6 months. Not where we projected, sadly.
I imagine that Dan's power has only grown exponentially as we have increased.
Has Biff acquired enough evidence for the case that he's investigating?
I don't think so. I think that Biff is being like strung along and they're definitely gonna like take him down.
Oh my god, is Biff a
Even if-
fall guy?
Biff is 100% a fall guy.
No.
He doesn't have the wherewithal to like request like being spared in all of this. He's just, an idiot and they've got things on him. And he's just like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want. But he asks nothing in return because he thinks that by providing these things, he will be afforded certain comforts. And he is wrong because he's an idiot.
Biff's the fall guy, Suki was normal, and then the other 36 people we hired are all SEC moles. So
Perfect. Perfect.
So just to put a bow on this session.
Oh, wait. You didn't let me go, sir.
Yes, please.
Cass.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please,
Yes.
yeah.
bring us home.
Question
Bring us home,
that-
Shadow.
Be nasty.
I would like
Lay it
to-
down.
Ask is, how have you changed? And I think
Ooh.
6 months from now, you see that Cass's office has moved. He's on
Ooh.
the Western Wing, and it is head of security. You see Cass walking around, buff, built,
Yeah. Hitting
with
that
bionic legs, as his office sits
Nice.
right outside of Suki's office, who is the vice president of sales and R&D, as he runs a tight ship, not allowing anybody in there who doesn't deserve to be in there, while he slowly goes into his office and uses his typewriter to slowly type out annoying forms
still got the
that Biff has to
typewriter.
fill out. And in the back of his office, a small digital clock that has 455 days, 4 hours, 32 minutes, and is slowly counting down. Who knows what deal he made to get to this point, but I feel at that point, Suki might have control of him.
Oh, I
We like
love
go from
it.
his eyes and pan over to the clock. It's like thunk, thunk. It's getting bigger. Thunk, thunk. Fade to
Mhm.
black.
I
And
love
then we fade to black. And then another title card that says 6 more months later. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say Biff and their entire family, they are the Keeper family, crypto keepers.
Mhm.
The Keeper family.
Mhm,
Mhm.
All of the keepers are dead,
it.
including Muffin and maybe Biff. It
dream.
How did
depends.
Biff die?
Definitely
Wait.
Biff.
Oh. A question,
I wanna say-
questionable circumstances, because you want to know who's risen up in the company meteorically quickly? Suki.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you want to know who else?
Yes.
And you want to know who else has both made untenable agreements to stay alive and in power? Everyone
Nasty.
everyone else.
Yeah, perfectly.
Dan, Cass, and Suki
Ooh.
is on top.
Tried to break
much.
into R&D and then like took out at least 24 Dan bots going down, but there was just like
Why are you robots now? Oh, yeah.
Oh, because like wacky shit is happening because I'm in the technology verse that I want to live in.
Yeah.
But you took down at least 24 Dan bots because they're not built for violence. They're built for HR. Like, so you were just wrecking house. But there's too many of them. There's too many of them.
Yeah.
You need to talk to my partner. He has honestly said on multiple occasions that he can't wait for him to be able to download his brain into the internet so he can just be like a robot and live forever. And I'm like,
I can hear, because I've known your partner a long time, I can hear his voice being like, dude, I just can't fucking wait until I can just, we should all be able to download it. Like, I can hear his,
literally said,
I can't
wait to get rid of this meat sack.
Yeah.
I can hear it. I can hear it.
Like,
Just
so
I made up the word meat wagon today.
So the final shot we get is of a meeting between Dan and Suki concluding.
I'm very proper with Suki. I got the tie on. I got everything's perfect. Yes, ma'am, floating there.
Dan returns to their office, looks out their window, sighs, types some things, and then goes to turn to leave their office. And as they're floating there, no legs in their hover apparatus, as they turn, there's a squeak. And that is our game of Millennial Hiring Manager.
Oh, dude, this is so fun. Oh my god, I love
Your game, Nick.
so much.
It was a blast.
Oh wow, that
was
took so many turns I was not expecting.
I
What a
loved
game!
it. Oh,
That's exactly what you want
We
to
very
see.
much leaned into the horror element, and I love that. Very fitting, given that tomorrow is Halloween. Thank you very much.
No one gave me any rails, so I just kept going, right?
Yeah.
You know how that goes. That literally just keeps happening.
I like that there's no way to prove that there was anything mystical or paranormal happening. We could all just be regular humans who are very ambitious, This was so fucking fun, Nick. I love this. This was great.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for having
Thank
me.
you for letting us be a part of it. This was great.
Of course, my pleasure. I hope that everyone on this call and everyone that's watching will go to itch.io and download this game and share it and have fun and laugh about being in a position.
Feedback, tell us stories,
Yes.
link us like
Yes.
YouTube nonsense.
I would love to see any other actual play podcast episodes or videos,
that'd be
Twitch
so fun.
streams. Please send them to me. Comment on YouTube, reach out to me on Discord. Happy to hear feedback and experiences playing this game. This has been us here at Fable Table. We will have a post show where we hang out and chat briefly, but otherwise that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much. This has been Millennial Hiring Managers here on
so great.
Fable Table. Good night.
Bye. Kisses.
And that is where on YouTube I will trim it.